of the tournament, Johnny Wilkinson, has snatched it away from the Wallabies. Is this it? And England has joined Sir Alf Ramsey's Immortals of 1966. Nick Farr-Jones, Francois Pienaar, John Eales, and now Martin Johnson. It's Johnny Wilkinson to begin the final game. And a nice touch from Andre Watson as he said, guys, enjoy the game. The next 80 minutes to decide the best team in the world. And Stephen Larkham again shifting the ball wide. And a big clearing kick from Elton Flatley. Robinson slipping over. Good pressure from the Australians on halfway.
Great work, that's good pressure from the kick. They're going to need to put that in all day.
Lawrence Dallaglio. And out wide, two front rowers there. They needed a quick man. And Wilkinson has to just tow it over the touchline.
This scrum, you will look to see England as they did there. Put the big hit in. They're going to try and win the battle of the hit. Normally the forward pack who wins the hit wins the scrum. But look for victory on the far side of the screen for England to try and bring it up. Big scrum, England.
Al Baxter losing his footing there. Australia still have it. Mortlock's out wide. Here comes Takiri. He's only got to take it. Lottie! First try Australia! They were all watching Sterling Mortlock, and England caught short out wide. What a start for the home team.
Jim Horan, they were all looking for the backline play, but it wasn't there.
Well, you can see Lottie Takiri standing very wide. The England defence was very tight. Takiri just too big and strong over Robinson. Unbelievable try by Lottie Takiri to start the match.
And the beauty of what Lottie Takiri did there was he never took his eye off the ball.
Jason Robinson concedes 7 inches under the old scale, or 16 centimetres to Lottie Takiri, and it was brutally exposed by the Wallabies.
We must also say, what about the pinpoint accuracy from the Stephen Larkham kick? Right on the money.
Difficult shot to give Australia a 7-point lead. Elton Flatley, it stayed in front of the posts, Australia 5-0.
Stephen Larkham just settled himself. Takiri was standing very wide and had the best angle to come in off this touchline. And isn't he happy he's pumped up as well?
Martin Johnson, acknowledged as one of the great skippers of all time, but Australia, with victory on the other side of the field and an extra forward, taking full advantage. Greenwood, Lucy, absolutely hammered by the Australian defence. Flatley was in there. Now Robinson. Robinson just caught by War. Mortlock also going in for that huge tackle on Josh Lucy. England now trying to spread it wide. Back. And Thompson. Into Australia's half. Greenwood. Not much on that short side.
It's good continuity by England. They're keeping the faces up and maintaining the ball.
Ben Cohen's come in from the wing. So England not gaining any ground there at all. Lucy joining, trying to create something close to the ruck and making about 5 metres. Matt Dawson to Wilkinson. This is Richard Hill. 10th minute, 8th phase for England. Lyons losing his footing.
You're okay.
Didn't stay on his feet.
Didn't get it, then you went round the wrong way. You can't have a play of it twice. You're okay, number 8.
And that's where the discipline's going to come into this game. Australia, especially 45 metres out, is right in the target range for Johnny Wilkinson. Look at this hit from Flatley and Mortlock. Bang.
England to take a shot for goal then. It's Australia leading 5-0.
He was a tackler. He jumped up, he wanted to have a go at it. He couldn't, he was taken away. And then he ended from the wrong side again. You can't have two bites at it. One go, and that's it. Yep.
This will be a long-range kick from Wilkinson as well. The wind just at his back. His range is usually about 50 metres.
Oh, that's great. Let's keep him there.
Johnny
boys. Let's keep
Wilkinson.
him there.
Dave Alred, the England kicking coach, has likened his precision to Tiger Woods putting when it comes to goal kicking. Distance is never a problem. The touch judges are happy. 2 points the difference at Telstra Stadium.
So the first time England have the ball in Australia's territory. Penalty, Wilkinson 3 points.
Again,
Angle's right.
scrum feed here for England. Gregan and Dawson having a little shoving match. Dawson goes himself. Delalio on the inside. In behind the Australian defence now for England. Back.
Advantage to wide.
Stephen Larkham has not moved in back play.
25 metres out. England with an extra man. Robinson.
This man here playing the man without the ball. Way off the ball.
So Larkham taken out. Off the ball is the ruling.
Time out, please.
Let's see if Paul Honus has a report.
Larkham's got blood coming from his mouth.
Did you there? Yeah, this was a tackle like 6 metres off the ball. That's for the penalty. Yep.
This will give a chance now for Matt Giddo to come on the field if Stephen Larkham comes off and goes into the blood bin.
He bought the dummy, and he tackled the wrong guy in support.
Stephen Larkham is struggling.
I've got blood here on 10, boys. Blood goal 10. Yeah, absolutely blood bin. Blood bin 10.
So
guys.
Larkham goes though. He held on to Cohen, who didn't have the ball, and perhaps there was a bit of a reaction from Cohen after that, which was the cause of all of this problem for Stephen Larkham.
Looks like Larkham, when he's gone in to make that tackle, may have copped the studs in the face accidentally as he's gone, and the foot was hooked back up into his face.
Well, it's important for Australia that Stephen Larkham gets into the dressing room, gets stitched up straight away and gets back on the field, because he is the key for the Australian backline to function. But now on comes Matt Giddo, the exciting youngster, and he'll be the youngest Australian to play in a World Cup final when he comes on the field.
Thank you, that's good. Fine.
So Giddo on, and Wilkinson lining up this to put his side in the lead for the first time. Looks good. England have their nose in front. It was an easier kick than the first penalty attempt. A jolt for Australia with Larkham leaving the field and in the blood bin.
England have been talking about how they wanted to dominate the Australian scrum. So far they've got a points decision in this game, but Australia have got to dig in.
It's gone down.
Martin Johnson doing plenty of talking here, saying that
It's
the
important.
opponents have got to keep it up.
It's important for Bill Young to try and get his side, the far side of the scrum. Australia got to get it up, get their breakaways closer to the back line.
England edging ahead for the pushover try here. They're controlling it brilliantly. Wars offside.
Before it went through. Stay on.
It had gone through the 90 degrees. That's why the referee didn't play advantage.
Time out. You got blood on your ear, man. Blood. Number 1, gold, blood. Blood.
Blood bin here. Time off. It's England by 6-5.
Well, big scrum by England, just shuffling it to the right, trying to destabilise the Australians. And when it started to wheel, they were quite happy to keep marching it forward. Phil Ward come off the side.
Tim Horan. Moment of truth now for the Wallabies.
This is a perfect opportunity for England to attack a left-handed side scrum. And England, the backs are standing wide. They're talking through their play. Wilkinson coming in and talking to Dawson and to Delalio, saying, what do we want to do? Do we take the kick for touch? Or do we take 3 points? I think at this stage of the game, Martin Johnson would be mad not to take the 3 points on offer.
But their scrum's been fairly dominant so far, Tim. You never know, they might confront them and have a go.
Time on. Time on. On the line, please, guys. On the line, please, gentlemen.
Their forwards aren't walking too close there for one, though.
On the line.
Martin Johnson finally says we'll have a shot for goal. I think he was just teasing the crowd, teasing the Australians, but when you've got a guy with such mastery around the goalposts, it's a bit like looking a gift horse in the mouth. Johnny Wilkinson with the opportunity to put England out by 4. As one English journalist put it, his standards have burnt a hole in the ozone layer. Not an easy kick. 14 metres in from touch. Three in a row for the boy wonder. England 9, Australia 5.
It's all right. It's all right.
Taken there at the front by
Good jump by Nathan Sharp.
This is Robinson on halfway. Little chip over the top. Gregan's there.
Play on.
And George must have felt he was on the Ferris wheel.
Take the line out. Play on.
Mike Tyndall out there.
Take the line out.
That's what we've been talking about, the defence of England. Up in your face style.
3.
And you can't give that man Jason Robinson room to move. Running into Mortlock, and it was play on. Mike Tyndall lifted up George Gregan.
Looked like he's about to throw him into the stands.
England going up the back of the line out, but making heavy weather of it out there. Greenwood has really risen to the occasion tonight. Here's Delalio, the big man with a lovely pass to Wilkinson and Robinson. They won't catch him. Jason Robinson handballs it into the crowds. England with a lethal blow in the shadows of half-time.
Well, we spoke about Australia denying them the English team points, but they couldn't here because of that speedster Tim Horan. He's got gas to burn, hasn't he?
Well, it was the third or fourth phase. It's a good run early on by Will Greenwood, and then Delalio. Look at him look inside, draw Sailor, and pick up Wilkinson, and Wilkinson puts the ball out in front of Robinson, and he makes sure by sliding early for his 16th test try.
Fantastic work by Delalio and vision. And then Johnny Wilkinson looked outside for his speed man in Robinson, but he could have actually thrown it on the inside because he had 2 more, and look at the you beauty.
Confident throw up the back. Australia come away. A bad one from England. That's their 4th line-out loss. Their 5th on their own throw as well. Big clean out from Sailor. Penalty to the Wallabies.
Number 8 for England, Lawrence Delalio.
And Georgie Gregan couldn't point of those sticks quick enough.
Elton Flatley to line up. It's England leading by 14-5.
There we see Lawrence Delalio, number 8, not staying behind the last feet when the ruck had formed. He's going, yep, probably fair call, sir.
This is Flatley's favourite distance. Very handy to the posts. He hasn't missed one of these kicks in the tournament.
Well, I spoke to Elton Flatley on Thursday on the Wallabies day off, and he was very relaxed. He was actually out buying a new set of golf clubs. So I hope he can hit this one as straight as he hopes to hit those clubs.
This would bring Australia back to within 6 of the front-running Englishmen. Correction, 6 points. The two touch judges just acknowledge to confirm the accuracy, and it's 6 points the difference.
You can give that 3 points to Brendan Cannon. He was the man who breached that solid English defence. He got the Australians going forward. They were able to build momentum. But now the question is, can they keep going with that momentum?
It will work. Get the binding. Come on, catch it home.
Andre giving a stern warning to this front row. There could be a penalty, but what England are trying to do is crab the ball, the scrum across, and make it difficult for Australia to get it out. But that occasion, nice and easy.
Johnny Wilkinson again going low on Mortlock to stun his progress. Matt Cobain showing good leg drive. Australia wanting to retain possession here. Knock backwards, says the referee. Giteau juggling it. Handling very difficult. Mortlock getting involved again. Smashing straight into Lawrence Dallaglio. Fifth phase for the Wallabies. Takiri's come in from the left wing.
Hands off White. Get out of it.
A timely penalty here for Australia.
And that's what the Wallabies were looking for.
Slowing the ball down against Vickery.
Maintain possession, keep the opposition under pressure, and the penalties will come. But you have to be in the opposition territory to take the 3 points.
The Australians have a chance to close the gap to just 3. Flatley to take a shot.
Well, Australia have got to make sure that they keep getting the opportunity. They've got to take the 3 points when they're available. But England are still dominating in the set pieces, and Australia have got to lift it that extra gear if they want to come away with this win.
Flatley has 1 from 4. His last kick just going under the crossbar, but this is a much more suitable distance for him. And it's an enormous kick for his side. This will really throw the pressure back on their opponents. He's been doing it all tournament. England 14, Australia 11.
Well, the pressure is now starting to turn. We spoke about at the start of half-time saying to the English they can't afford just to put their back on the ropes and let Australia come at them. They had to be positive. Elton Flatley is closing the gap.
England to have to defend for their lives here as Australia strives to level up.
Well, Matt Dawson's got to be careful. Number 9 for England coming through, doesn't give away a penalty.
Up to you boys, both of you.
But what call has Stephen Larkham called with George Gregan? What is the play?
It's a penalty. Flatley can level the scores and force the game into extra time.
Get back.
Martin Johnson is giving Andre Watson, the referee, an absolute gobful. He's had enough.
George Gregan signalling for the post for Elton Flatley. This is what you dream about in your backyard when you're 10 years old.
Elton Flatley has the chance to capitalise on that England mistake.
Go back 10. You go in there when we ask for it.
And this is the last throw of the dice for the Wallabies. We're inside the last minute. The fate of England and Australia hanging on this kick.
Elton Flatley's wife Carly is here in the stand. She'll be on the edge of her seat, as would 20 million Australians.
He kicked the first penalty goal of Rugby World Cup 2003, but this is the most important of all. It's extra time. 14-all. Only seconds remaining on the clock. Elton Flatley, heroic kick under intense pressure.
Andre Watson calling for extra time. The players aren't quite sure what to do, whether they stay on the field or they go in the dressing shed.
President of the Australian Olympic Committee, John Coates, who oversees Sydney 2000, standing up there in the stand. George Gregan's called the Wallabies into a huddle. Same too for the England team.
Martin Johnson pulling the England team in, giving them instructions. All of his experience will be used now. What about the kick and the pressure that young Elton Flatley would have been under to level this game? Nerves of steel.
Absolutely incredible. And it's 14-all here at Telstra Stadium.
And this is where the fitness that these players have been doing over the last 6 or 8 months comes to the fore. Extra time.
Accuracy so important in every facet of play. And it was a free-for-all in the line-outs. Australia taking out their opposites. Jason Leonard is on the field, the world's most capped player.
Once he's in the air.
And taking the man out in the air, Justin Harrison. Wilkinson coming up for a shot.
Well, Johnny Wilkinson, as one would expect, going for this kick. Slight wind behind him. Will he have the legs? But there's still plenty more to go in this game. It's the old bull of England versus the young bull of the Australians. Who will last out this titanic battle?
The Royal Australian Mint produced a Rugby World Cup coin, a gold coin, and on it was a left-footed goal kicker poised to have a shot with hands together in prayer. It's not sudden death, it's 10 minutes each way. So we play out the next 20 minutes of extra time. If it's still level, then it becomes sudden death. Wilkinson has got the distance. Unbelievable! 17-14. Johnny Wilkinson, all of 50 metres, 4 from 5 for him.
Awesome from Johnny Wilkinson. How good is he? The pressure he's been under this week. Look at Martin Johnson. He wants this World Cup.
Neil back down on the loose ball. Who'll take over the captaincy of Leicester. And Australia now with a penalty attempt. Indiscipline on 2 counts by England.
And it was by the captain himself in Martin Johnson. And surprise, surprise, George Gregan is going for the points.
Yeah, we called it. We called it already. It's here.
Andre Watson very specific about what's happened in the ruck. Elton Flatley, he steps up again for the second time in this game to level it up.
What drama? 17-14. England getting their noses in front through the Johnny Wilkinson penalty. And now Elton Flatley, with the weight of the nation on his 26-year-old shoulders.
Well, if this was a Hollywood script, it'd be a blockbuster bestseller.
And Andre Watson just telling the trainers to take Ben Kay, who's split, to the sideline to fix up his problems, so they get out of the vision of Elton Flatley, who yet again has the pressure of a nation on his shoulders.
Front page of the Daily Telegraph this morning, a picture of Josh Flatley in Dad's headgear, and the headline was "Live the Dream." The 4-year-old Josh Flatley watching in the stand as Dad lines it up to level the scores, if successful. Straight as a die. 17-all.
You can see the determination on Elton Flatley's face. Eddie Jones now knows a couple of minutes left and territory will be the key for the Wallabies and the English side.
If the scores are tied at the completion of extra time, we'll have a 5-minute interval and then a further extra time period shall be played. And that will be sudden death.
And that'll be 10 minutes of pure hell.
10 minutes of sudden death after a 5-minute break. And that looks to be the way we're heading unless England gets a late opportunity here.
Tim Horan, what do you think here? Do you think England will go for the win and Johnny Wilkinson will slot it?
They will set it up. They'll go midfield. Wilkinson will set it up here and he'll wait for his opportunity.
Cat absolutely monstered.
He's back now behind the pocket. Wilkinson, he's waiting.
War and Smith ready to sprint. And Dawson goes himself. He fooled everyone. Wilkinson still in position here. This is England's chance. Back is there. Australia come through. Martin Johnson and England staying composed here. Wilson still in place for the drop goal. Australia come back. Here it is for Johnny. Has he done it? He sure has. Heartbreaker for the Wallabies. Seconds remaining. And that surely is the stairway to rugby heaven for England.
Sensational. Johnny Wilkinson off his right foot, his unfavoured right foot, 3 points. Woodward thinks he's got it. Look at Wilkinson, his composure. He knew it as he hit it.
Woodman takes it. Time almost up, seconds remaining.
No hands.
The player of the tournament, Johnny Wilkinson, has snatched it away from the Wallabies. Is this it? And England has joined Sir Alf Ramsey's Immortals of 1966. A dramatic, heart-stopping victory for England in extra time. And it was Johnny, 2017, the drop goal to sink the defending champions.
2017 and England a deserved winner, but what an epic battle. It went absolutely down to the wire. Eddie Jones congratulating Woodward, but the English team, they're ecstatic. Delalio played a blinder. Martin Johnson, he can't believe it. They finally got it.
Well, congratulations to the England side. Haven't they deserved that they've been the best team for the last couple of years all around the world? The Wallabies put up a fantastic effort, and what a final this was. This will go down in history, and both sides, they can hardly hug each other. They're that tired after 20 minutes extra time.
A true gladiator. Before him, David Kirk, Nick Farr-Jones, Francois Pienaar, John Eales, and now Martin Johnson. Two great locks leading their side to triumph in the last two World Cups. And Bill is heading north over the equator. Look out, number 10 Downing Street, Buckingham Palace. England will celebrate long and hard. And perhaps they might even have a sip of champagne out of Bill tonight. And let's not forget the celebrating of the England supporters. Estimated 40,000 have travelled to Australia. And how exciting. The West Country men, the two props, Vickery and Woodman, and the Australians having to stand in the background. It's been a dream result for this team that has been prepared so superbly. Clive Woodward has said this is the best prepared team England has ever had. And although they nearly self-destructed on a few occasions, in the end they came through